Well, hello. My name is Scott Kutcher. I'm with Kōr Brand Group, and I've spent over 3 decades in the sign and graphics industry. And every role I've played, from hand lettering when I was 15 years old to sign ship ownership to being in distribution and beyond, I've learned there's one thing that absolutely plagues a sign company from growing profitably without eroding their margins, without shrinking their cash flow to nothing, without, eroding their actual brand identity as one of the better companies to do business with. And that is friction. The friction in 3 key areas. 1, production. There's so much friction in production and the flow of production. It's crazy. 2, installation. There's so many reworks and issues because the friction that lies within that process. And 3, inventory management. Being able to make sure that they've got the inventory when they need the inventory and be able to buy it correctly so they can maximize the profits. Those just really are the big 3 friction points. But what causes those friction points are bottlenecks. The bottlenecks in products, the bottlenecks in flow of materials, the bottleneck in flow of communication. Those bottlenecks are what plague us. Now, a lot of us in the sign business that have scale businesses like myself and you have worked very hard to try to eliminate those bottlenecks, but yet will buy really well, right? I remember buying products really well. I'm like, I got a trade deal on that. I got a good deal on that. I can make more margin because of this. Yeah, you can, but then you start looking at the soft costs, or what I call margin erosion. That margin erosion happens slowly. And then all of a sudden you're looking at your books year over year and you're like, oh, man, we grew a ton last year, but wait a minute. We grew gross sales, but our margin shrunk. What happened? That's all because of those 3 friction points. So I decided I was going to do something about it. I was sick and tired of, I don't want to just rep whatever products out there. I really dug in and vetted through some products, and some products vetted me back in reverse with what I was trying to do. And they got rid of me and I got rid of them. And then I now have a very solid lineup that helps to eliminate a lot of those bottlenecks and reduce that friction immensely to make sure you're making more bottom line margin. You're not eroding it, to make sure you're producing a good quality product so you're not doing reworks, again, eroding margin. And you're not having to wait long to get paid for something because you're getting things out the door faster, helping cash flow. That is the root of having a really healthy sign company or graphics company. And I created a model to help do that. So I found those companies, I convinced them this was the right model, and I created the PaaS model. The PaaS model is products as a service. So instead of just coming in and talking about products and puking a bunch of information on you about, oh, you should buy from me, I'm going to come in, if you're interested in one of the products that I have, and I'm going to, if you allow me, act as an industry advisor, just a fresh set of eyes to take a look at what you're doing and how you're doing it, and maybe give you some input on how you could do it better and what products I may have to help you do that. And in some cases, I'm going to have products that aren't going to work as well for you in your production cycle. But I know people, and I've been connected for over 30 years, and I can make phone calls, and I will help you to go in the right direction by pairing you up with whatever products are going to help you the best. And yes, that means even if I don't get paid for it, it doesn't matter. Because if I truly serve you, we are going to find ways to do business together. And that's the whole point of the PaaS model, products as a service. Now, there's 3 tiers to it. It can be pretty in-depth, and it's very customized to each person's situation and the size of their company and how they buy, etc. So please, if you want to know more about this, I've left some links in the description below. Click on the link that's appropriate for what you want to do. I would suggest click on the form link. Go ahead and just give me your email address, your name, and your friction, what you're trying to solve, and get it over to me, and let's have a dialogue. We can just jump on a Teams or a Zoom call real quick, get to know each other, and then I can schedule time to come out and see your production facility. But let's just start there. And you'll have other links that you can take a look at also. And if you want to go deeper with why I started this and why I felt so called to do this, there's also a link to a video that's longer than this one that'll give you a complete in-depth background on why this happened, why it's important, and how I believe it's going to be a game changer for a lot of people inside the sign industry. It's not for everybody, but it may be for you. And to find out, click on that link below. And until next time, sign on.